Now we're going to meet Russ Grandinetti, Amazon Senior Vice President of International Stores and a true veteran of the company, to talk about Amazon's transformational journey from an online bookstore to a multi-industry innovation company. Welcome, Russ.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy to be here.
I'm happy that you are here. Did I pronounce your name right?
Grandinetti, yeah.
Grandinetti.
Yeah.
With the Italian
old
touch.
Irish name, yes.
Oh,
No, I'm
Irish. Could you tell us about the vision that drove Amazon from an online bookstore to a global technology leader?
Yeah, well, I mean, I joined the company 26 years ago when we only sold books. Yeah. But the real unifying vision of the company, even back then, was building something customers loved. I mean, you couldn't walk into, as lovely as bookstores are, the largest bookstore back in the States only sells like 10% of the books in print. So by having a place online, you can get any book you were thinking of. We delighted a lot of people.
Yeah.
And every year, what customers expect of us goes up. And so we try to figure out how to ship faster, how to have more products, how to build things that delight them, whether it's a Kindle, or we expanded our customer list to things like companies and technology services. So we asked ourselves, what are the things that we need to build for developers inside the company, and then how do we externalize those services for other companies? And we invented a whole new class of technology infrastructure called cloud computing that Amazon is the leader in the world in today.
Yeah.
We even have customers in the forms of creators like on Twitch or who make movies and TV shows. We have customers who are advertisers. So we're in a lot of different businesses, but our passion is really figuring out how to invent, how to build, how to serve them better and better every year.
Yeah, could you tell us more about how Amazon have influenced the broader e-commerce landscape?
Well, because we've been doing it for a while, because we have this mindset of customer service, I think there's a lot of ways that we've built standards that caused other companies to maybe up their game. And every once in a while, somebody else invents something that causes us to up our game. The current record holder in the pole vault in the world is a Swedish man, Armand Duplantis. Yes. And every time he sets a new world record, it makes every other athlete think, actually, I didn't think that was possible, but I know that's possible now. And I think every time we might ship something a little faster or broaden our selection or introduce a new service, hopefully we move the standard of service available to customers around the world a little bit.
So how is Amazon addressing the challenge of sustainability?
Well, in a few different ways. First, I mean, we're a big company. There's a lot of things we can do inside the company to build, to reduce our carbon footprint. We're in the process over the next several years of deploying over 100,000 electric vehicles here in Europe. We will reach 100% renewable energy sources for the entire company by next year in 2025.
Next year.
We are currently the largest purchaser of renewable energy as a corporate entity in the world, and the largest purchaser of renewable energy in Europe.
Yeah.
In fact, we have 180 different projects for solar and wind across Europe in 13 different countries. Last fall here in Sweden, we announced our 5th wind project.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, in Likas, if I say it correctly. And so we already have 5 different sources of renewable energy within Sweden, even though we're relatively newer here in this part of Europe. But we have a real passion for it. And then we've also started this thing called the Climate Pledge, which is a commitment by companies to reach the Paris Accords 10 years earlier than 2040. So we're now one of 470 companies that have signed this agreement around the world in many different sectors. We have several Swedish companies that are signers of the Climate Pledge that we started. Klarna, Airme, Play and Go, Scania are all participants in this commitment to transform the way we do business in a way that reduces our footprint in the world. And then we spend a lot of time across Europe trying to think about how we can work both private and with governments to improve infrastructure, electric charging stations for trucks, and reducing the use of plastics in the way that we ship things. So we have a big role to play. It's a passion within the company, and we're proud to do our piece.
Yeah, well, that's good. Now you get to look ahead in the future.
Yes.
What new areas of innovation is Amazon exploring?
Well, even in the existing businesses we have, it's fantastic that customers are never satisfied. Figuring out how to do everything we do a little faster, a little better, has its own kind of innovation. But there are whole new businesses. One big one that we are just in the beginning of starting is building satellite broadband communication network, which can provide high quality broadband to customers in places that are not well served today. I drove to Ora from the airport this morning, and there are many places along that highway where you cannot get internet service. And a satellite broadband network would allow customers in a place just like this to have much higher quality and lower cost internet access than was previously true. And we're very proud, by the way, that as we build and deploy these satellites, we've just begun in the last year to do this. The components of those come from all over the world, including here in Sweden. In Linköping, there's a company called Beyond Gravity that makes the dispenser systems for our satellite deployment.
Okay.
I believe we're their largest customer now and have been a good reference account. So as we build these businesses, we can also, bring the rest of the economy here and across Europe with us.
Well, please continue to do that, because I live here and I need internet wherever I go out in the mountains.
We'll do our best. Hang in there.
Thank you. And thank you for coming here to Ora Business Forum.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.